Tonight on CTV3 News, 3 siblings from Ranchito Corozal charged with drug offenses following police raid. Tragic shooting in Belize City leaves 1 dead and another injured. Prime Minister John Briceño visits a Mennonite community in Shipyard. He commits to infrastructure upgrade. And Belize hosts conference celebrating global leadership in combating money laundering and terrorist financing. These are some of the stories we have for you tonight in our newscast for Monday, January 27th, 2025.
The New World screwworm is a serious threat to livestock, pets, wildlife, and even humans. It begins when a female fly lays her eggs in a wound or mucous membranes of a live, warm-blooded animal. These eggs hatch into larvae that burrow into the flesh and feed on living tissue, causing severe damage if left untreated.
Monitoring your animals regularly is key. Check your livestock and pets for any wounds. No matter how small, even something as tiny as a tick bite can attract New World screwworm flies.
Clean and treat all wounds immediately. Keep them covered and monitor them for any signs of infection or larvae. Early treatment is critical to stopping screwworm infestations. If you suspect an infestation, notify your local authority, PAHA, BLPA, or the Ministry of Agriculture right away. Quick action can prevent the spread and protect your livestock and the community.
Together, we can protect our livestock industry by preventing New World screwworm from entering Belize. Stay vigilant, treat wounds, and report any signs to the proper authorities. Stay informed, stay protected.
Good evening. With your news also simulcast on Fiesta FM 106.7. I am Joanna Rodriguez. 2 brothers and their sister, all from the village of Ranchito Corozal, have been charged with drug-related offenses following a police operation on Friday, January 24th. The operation took place at a residence located in the Alien Town area around 11:30 a.m. The accused siblings, identified as 30-year-old Norma Ramirez, 28-year-old Diego Morales, and 25-year-old Christian Morales, were apprehended after officials executed a search warrant at their home. During the search, police discovered a small quantity of suspected marijuana in the living area. Further investigation led officers to an adjacent room occupied by Diego Morales, where they covered a larger stash of suspected marijuana hidden behind a cupboard. In addition to the marijuana, authorities also found a small amount of crack cocaine and a .22 round of ammunition. CTV3 News understands that all 3 have been charged with possession of a controlled drug with intent to supply to another. They are slated to appear in the Corozal Magistrates Court on Wednesday, January 29, 2025. On Saturday night, Belize City Police responded to an emergency call on Central American Boulevard. When officers arrived at the location, 24-year-old Mark Waite was seen motionless in a drain. His body was carted off to the KHMH, where it was pronounced dead on arrival. At the hospital, police also spoke to 33-year-old Francine Herbert, who was also shot while in the company of Waite. She remains in a stable condition. Preliminary reports are that Herbert and Waite were socializing in a yard with a group of persons when an altercation broke out and someone pulled out a gun and began shooting. ASP Alberto Romero told us what police have found out so far.
On Saturday, the 25th day of January 2025, police responded to a shooting incident at Central American Boulevard in Belize City. Upon the arrival, they saw the lifeless body of Mark Witt, and information received that a female had been taken to the KHMH for treatment. Police visited KHMH, where they found Frances Herbert with gunshot injuries. She remains there in a critical condition. the body of Mark Waite was taken to the catchment where he was pronounced dead on arrival. Investigations that Mark Waite and others were socializing at a yard when there was an argument. Thereafter, somebody pulled out a firearm and fired several shots towards his direction, causing the injuries to him and to Francis Herbert. We have one suspect in custody, and the investigation continues at this time.
What's the relation between Herbert and Lee?
I am not aware if they have any relation. We know that they were all hanging out at this yard at CA Boulevard.
And Wade and the person detained, what's the relation?
I'm not aware of any relation if they have any.
But they were the ones having the dispute.
Yes, they were the ones having the dispute.
Can you tell us what the motive of this, I mean, aside from having the dispute, what was the dispute?
That is all we have uncovered at this time, that they had some dispute and somebody pulled out a firearm.
Can you share a little bit about Wade's background or
I
knowledge?
will not go through that. He had been dealt with by.
Police recovered several expended 9mm shells and are now investigating the matter. In the meantime, a 22-year-old has been detained by police for questioning. Over the weekend, Prime Minister John Brisenia joined Orange Walk South Area Rep. Honorable Jose Mai, Minister of State in the Ministry of Finance, Chris Koyi, and Minister of Health and Area Rep. Orange Walk East, Honorable Kevin Bernard, for a visit to the Mennonite community of Shipyard as part of the ongoing national tour being carried out ahead of the upcoming general elections. During the meeting, members of the Shipyard community read a petition to request for the extension of the Guinea Grass upgrading project to include the over 1 mile of road which leads into the community of Shipyard. As part of their commitment to upgrade key infrastructure within the agriculture belt in the Orange Walk district, Prime Minister has engaged in discussions to have the project undertaken in conjunction with Area Rep. Jose Mai. The inclusion of this road in the upgrading project, according to Prime Minister Brisenia, will greatly benefit not only the residents of Shipyard, but also those from surrounding areas who visit the community to conduct business.
Decision making, and Shipyard has grown tremendously over the past 4 years, and certainly thanks to the leadership that Abby has provided, not only as the area representative, but also as the Minister of Agriculture, and of course along with the work that we have been doing. And it was important for me to be able to come here, to be able to speak to them, and to point out that, to tell them thank you for the work, encourage them to continue, and to tell them that we have a government that continues to support them. I want to continue to work with them even closer. I know that the road to Guinea Grass has always been a major issue for the area representative, for Abby, but also for the people from Shipyard, because they are the one that traverse this road every day, especially with the amount of produce that they have and the products that they have. So it was important for us to be able to get this done. And I know the cynics will tell you, oh, you're doing it just before the elections. Well, it's not necessarily true, because we could not have done it earlier because we did not have the money. We had to wait to be able to grow the economy, to be able to pay off some of the debt, to be able to collect more taxes, so that we could do all of this work. Today, they made also an appeal to see if we can finish the 1.7 miles from Guinea Grass to Shipyard. We've agreed in principle to get it done, but we need to find a way how we can look as to the payment, because it has not been approved by the National Assembly. And so we need to go there for approval. Hopefully we could work out an agreement with the contractor and then get it approved in the next budget cycle. So I take the opportunity to thank Abby for inviting me and to organize this. Like I said, it's historic, it's history making. And to thank Abby for the great work that he's been doing as the area representative and as Minister of Agriculture, but also to this community that are hardworking, law-abiding citizens of Belize, and that they have done tremendous work towards the development of our country.
The upgrade project includes just over a mile of road, which, according to Agriculture Minister and Area Rep. for Orange Walk South, Honorable Jose Mai, plays a vital role in the agriculture sector in the Orange Walk district.
The residents of Shipyard put forward a petition to the Prime Minister. It's like 1 point something miles, I think. Just an extension of what is being paved right now. The Prime Minister told him that we will review it, and if it's possible, we have to make some kind of arrangements because he cannot commit without having the available resources. But it is a reasonable request, I believe. It will benefit the area a lot. I think yesterday they have a survey they did, which says that more than 1,400 vehicles came into Shipyard yesterday. Some from Belize City, as far as Kaya, 50, some from Orindua, Corozal, all over Belize City. So they do their survey, and it is a fact that Shipyard is growing. It supplies many products, agricultural products, animal feed, mechanical services, auto parts, and so it's a growing community, and many people visit Shipyard. So it is justifiable, but the Prime Minister and the Minister of Finance are here, and they decide what will happen next. But I do believe that they have looked at it favorably, and they need to look at the numbers closely to see how they want to do it.
This is the first time that the government works along with the Mennonite community to improve infrastructure in that area, a commitment which one of the leaders of the Shipyard community says will directly benefit over 100 businesses.
Well, I'm proud of the announcements that we got at the meeting, so we look forward to get success on what we was asking for.
What did the community want?
Economic growth, and also future employment. Looking forward to get more people coming to Shipyard to work. So we were begging to pave the road from Guinea Grass to Shipyard. So we're happy to hear success of that, and are proud of our government. There is more than 100 businesses in Shipyard that use the road. I do not have exact estimate on that, but we have had 1,412 vehicles passing on the 24th of January this year. So we have great success, and see a lot of people coming to do business in Shipyard.
So once the road is paved, what do you expect will happen?
Well, we expect that our economy will grow after that, because more people will come to join our businesses. I've had some calls and asking for business, and after that they're asking how is the road. So with a great road, we will have more business.
Those present also included several chairmen from the villages of Orange Walk South, residents of surrounding villages, as well as some 300 members of the Shipyard community. The Usher and Williamson families are pleading for the public's help as they search for Raheem Usher, who has been missing since Saturday, January 25th, 2025. The 29-year-old was last seen wearing black shorts and a red t-shirt, and his family is increasingly anxious as the hours tick away without any sign of him. Raheem is described as being of Creole descent with a dark complexion, a slim build, weighing approximately 160 pounds and standing around 6 feet tall. Desperation and worry have mounted as the family grapples with the uncertainty of his whereabouts and fears for his safety. A missing persons bulletin has already been issued by authorities, urging anyone with information on Raheem's location to come forward. If you have any details or clues regarding his disappearance, you are urged to contact your nearest police station or report tips anonymously to Crime Stoppers at 922. Of note is that Raheem Usher is the brother of Curtis Usher, who was killed at his doorstep on June 3, 2023 in Libertad after he was attacked by a gunman with an assault rifle. Coming up next, Tren Maya expands horizons. Mexican President Sheinbaum confirms Tren Maya's extension to Belize. Stay tuned.
Prepárate para la acción de la Premier League en la aplicación Max, disponible a través de Centar. No te pierdas ningún gol. Vive cada partido. Sumérgete en profundidad, entrevistas a jugadores y análisis de expertos. Disfruta del deporte en cualquier momento y en cualquier lugar con la aplicación Max. Para más información, llama al 380-0101.
The government of Belize and the National Anti-Money Laundering Committee hosted a conference today in Belize City to update citizens about Belize's emergence as a global leader in the efforts to fight against money laundering and terrorist financing. This comes following the completion of the fourth round mutual evaluation report, which was released earlier in January and which led Belize to receive certification from the Caribbean Financial Action Task Force as having effectively implemented measures to reduce its money laundering and terrorist financing risks within the global financial system. This outcome, according to the government of Belize, is a source of a national pride and has strengthened Belize's positive to mitigate de-risking and improve correspondent banking relations, which began to threaten Belize's financial stability a few years ago.
In July of 2022, Prime Minister Briceño launched the intensification of Belize's preparation for the CFATF Mutual Evaluation Project, laying the groundwork and paving the way for the intense and rigorous activities that would be required to put Belize in the best possible position to achieve desirable results and avoid the gray or black lists. The government prioritized national efforts to prepare for the assessment process, including taking decisive measures to allocate substantial cabinet time, parliamentary time, and budgetary resources. This is evident by the suite of policy approvals and legislative enactments that were passed by the National Assembly in 2022, 2023, and 2024, with the government advocating deliberately to this end in the face of concerns over legislative matters raised by our social partners and stakeholders. This has been a long road for us. The National Anti-Money Laundering Committee and each participating agency and individual involved have worked tirelessly over the last few years to ensure that we strengthen our framework as much as possible, even while managing their demanding portfolios.
These achievements in the most recent report, according to Minister Koi, marks a dramatic turnaround since Belize's third round mutual evaluation in 2011, when the country was publicly grey-listed by the CFATF and suffered the loss of 87% of its correspondent banking relationships.
Belize is now in a position where other countries are looking to Belize as an example of how to strengthen their AML CFT frameworks and make them more effective. No doubt, this is an important success that will help to safeguard the Belizean economy. Had Belize ended up on a list, Belize would have had to suffer a fate that may be all too familiar for some, such as undergoing enhanced due diligence procedures on transactions related to Belize or Belizeans, the sort of measures that drive up cost of doing business with Belize, and one of the drivers of de-risking of our correspondent banking relationships. Being placed on a gray or black list would have also impacted the willingness or the terms and conditions of international financial institutions when they're considering providing grants or concessionary funding or even regular loans to Belize. The ramifications may not have ended there, with the possibility of being further listed by supranational bodies such as the European Union, which maintains a list of high-risk third countries that results in the mandatory imposition of defensive measures by European banks, such as enhanced due diligence on transactions or even de-risking of customers of a particular nationality. Now, we can focus on the positive implications for our country, in particular the financial sector and the international financial services industry, sectors that have suffered tremendously from adverse assessments of the past, but that now enjoy significantly enhanced opportunity for the future. By strengthening the integrity of our financial system, Belize is better positioned to attract new foreign direct investments. This is especially true in industries like financial services, where investors seek stable, well-regulated environments. Belize's leadership in AML positions it as a prime destination for such investments. As our financial institutions continue to make best efforts to secure new correspondent banking relationships, they can now leverage these stellar results to better negotiate for establishment of these relationships, even on more favorable terms.
The government of Belize also further extended its gratitude to all stakeholders for their contributions to the national effort, which now marks a milestone for the Belizean people. On Sunday, a Canadian resident was apprehended by Mexican authorities following a high-speed chase on the open waters after allegedly stealing a vessel from a fisherman's pier in Chetumal. Preliminary reports indicate that the unidentified man stole the fishing boat in the early hours and attempted to flee onto Belizean waters, seemingly trying to evade capture. Mexican Navy forces were quick to respond to the incident, launching an operation to intercept the stolen boat. A heated pursuit ensued, with the Canadian man reportedly jumping overboard in a bid to evade capture. Mexican authorities swiftly coordinated a rescue operation, retrieving him from the waters shortly after his leap. The man is currently in custody, facing potential charges for theft and evading arrest. Authorities have yet to release further details regarding the potential motives behind his attempt to sail the stolen vessel from Mexico to Belize, leading to speculation about his intentions. In a significant development for regional infrastructure, Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum announced on Thursday, January 25th, that the ambitious Tren Maya project will extend its railway route beyond Mexico, traversing Belize before reaching Guatemala. This announcement follows productive discussions with Belizean Prime Minister John Briceño and Guatemalan President Bernardo Arévalo, signaling a commitment to make this transnational railway a reality. The decision to expand the Tren Maya's reach is driven by a dual aim: improving trade and tourism connectivity among Central American nations while safeguarding the environmentally sensitive El Petén jungle. This area, renowned for its rich biodiversity, is a priority for the leaders involved, who recognize the importance of balancing development with environmental conservation. The proposed route will begin in Chetumal, Mexico, continue through Belize, with a new 7-kilometer railway section crossing the Ondo River, and ultimately lead to Flores, Guatemala. This extension of the railway, which was first proposed by former President Andrés Manuel López Obrador in June 2024, is expected to create up to 100,000 direct and indirect jobs in the region, significantly boosting local economies.
Entonces, en uno de los temas que estamos trabajando de manera muy importante es el desarrollo de nuestra frontera sur y de la frontera Guatemala-México, y también recuperaremos ya muy pronto las pláticas con Belice, porque la idea también era que el Tren Maya pudiera entrar por Belice para poder salvar el Petén, que es una selva muy importante, que entre por Belice para poder también entrar a Guatemala. Entonces es uno de los proyectos de desarrollo que tenemos. Estamos ya en pláticas con Guatemala y bueno, se va a ir desarrollando y también lo vamos a ir informando. Y el objetivo pues es el desarrollo de Guatemala y el desarrollo de México en la frontera sur, más allá pues de lo que tenga que seguirse trabajando en el tema de migración.
Prime Minister Briceño has expressed strong support for the Tren Maya project while also outlining key strategic conditions for its success. The construction plans for the railway into Belize are aligned with environmental aspirations, and Briceño has sought assurances regarding sustainability initiatives that accompany the project. In a move to enhance sexual education among women and girls, Belize is set to host specialized workshops focusing on two often taboo topics: menstruation and menopause. Scheduled for February 1st, 2025 at the Corozal Methodist Hall, the initiative aims to create an open and informative environment for participants led by gynecologist Dr. Leslie Perez. These workshops come on the heels of various sex education initiatives across the country designed to empower youth, peer educators, and teachers with knowledge about sexuality and relationships. The Corozal-based standard-bearer under the People's United Party PUP, Thea Garcia Ramirez, is spearheading this initiative, recognizing the need for candid discussions surrounding women's health issues. In a recent Zoom interview, Garcia Ramirez emphasized the importance of these workshops in fostering a safe space for women and girls.
You know, we're still having a lot of cases, especially with cancers, ovarian cancer, cervical cancer, and breast cancer. And then there is a quick self breast exam that women can perform and should be performing regularly that we are trying to promote. And so, like I said, Dr. Leslie has very generously donated her time, an entire Saturday, to join us with the United Women's Group. I'm only sponsoring and helping to sponsor the event to ensure that these conversations are had in Corozal because they're very important.
Garcia Ramirez noted the common reluctance among individuals to ask questions about their bodies and urged women and girls in Corozal to take advantage of this opportunity in order to make informed decisions regarding their health.
A lot of times people don't ask questions and stay with doubts or just listen to very bad information and bad advice because they're afraid to ask. They're afraid because they're embarrassed. They're afraid because they don't want to be judged for asking questions. They don't want people to know or to say what's happening to them. But yes, this is definitely and certainly a safe place, a safe forum where you can come and ask both within the session, but I am sure that Dr. Leslie will field questions that a little bit more privately if that is what is needed.
Participants interested in discussing menstruation are invited to contact the event organizer at 614-2836, while those focusing on menopause can reach out to 623-7336. And there is more news after the break. Stay tuned.
The New World Screwworm poses a significant threat to livestock, pets, and humans. It can cause severe losses if not controlled quickly. Currently, it is not present in Belize. That is why early detection is crucial to prevent its spread. Let us help to keep it out. Don't bring animals from other countries illegally. If you notice maggots, larvae, or worms in unusual wounds, report them immediately. Call Baja at 824-4872 or text 670-7003. Together we can work to keep our country safe from the New World Screwworm and save animals. This message was brought to you by Baja, OIRSA, AICA, USDA, and the Ministry of Agriculture, Food Security, and Enterprise.
Honorable Dr. Osmond Martinez, Minister of State for Foreign Trade, and officials from the Directorate General for Foreign Trade visited the Obregon Coconut Company Limited in Bella Vista Village on Thursday, January 23rd. This visit underscores the importance of agriculture in Belize's trade strategy and fostering political support for local businesses. Obregon Coconut Company Limited, established in 2018, cultivates hybrid Chactamal and Brazilian green dwarf coconuts across 3,500 acres, with over 2,100 acres utilizing advanced drip irrigation. The company has experienced significant growth, harvesting more than 2 million coconuts in 2024 and projecting an estimated 10 million in 2025, solidifying its position as a key player in Belize's agricultural sector. Ambitious expansion plans include a state-of-the-art packing station slated for completion between 2025 and 2026, along with active pursuit of export opportunities within CARICOM, the United States, and the European Union. This demonstrates a strong focus on value-added production and future international market penetration. During the visit, company representatives discussed key operational challenges, including drought, pest management, and labor shortages, while requesting government support for irrigation, infrastructure, pest control solutions, and more facilitative labor importation policies. Minister Martinez affirmed the government's commitment to addressing these challenges and fostering a supportive environment for agricultural businesses. He emphasized that boosting agricultural productivity aligns directly with Belize's national trade policies, which prioritize export diversification and overall economic growth. The minister noted the importance of supporting innovative enterprises like Obregon to expand Belize's presence in international markets and achieve sustainable economic growth, while reiterating the government's commitment to collaborating with similar businesses to overcome obstacles and unlock their full global potential. The visit demonstrates Belize's proactive approach to empowering local businesses, fostering strategic trade partnerships, and strengthening its position as a leading exporter of high-quality, sustainable agricultural products. It sends a clear message to international partners that Belize is open for business and dedicated to developing a robust agricultural export sector. Representatives of the National Emergency Management Organization, NEMO, Santiago Acosta, District Coordinator, and Gianni Vasquez, Assistant District Coordinator, alongside Ministry of Agriculture, Food Security, and Enterprise Representative Bellarmino Esquivel, Agricultural Officer, recently attended a 6-day training of trainers course in Panama. The training was hosted by the Brook Hospital for Animals in collaboration. The training focused on the Livestock Emergency Guidelines and Standards, LEGS. Participants from across Central America came together to learn how to better integrate livestock emergencies into disaster response plans. This initiative is crucial as protecting production and working animals is essential to safeguarding livelihoods. In times of disaster, it's not only human lives that are at risk. Livestock and working animals play a vital role in economic stability and food security. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Tuesday, January 28th, here on CTV3 News and Fiesta FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at CTV3BelizeNews.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page for current stories at Facebook.com/CTV3BelizeNews or our YouTube channel at CTV3 News BZ. From all of us here at CTV3 News, thank you for watching and listening. Good night.